Alright, so what's up, guys? So this is going to be a part 2 of my deck profile I made a couple weeks ago. I discussed that I was going to be doing a case tournament. I think it was a 60-man, not a 90-man. That was my apologies. And I ended up getting top 16. I ended up winning a decent amount of packs, I think like 6 packs. I bubbled. I didn't make it in the top 8 due to an unfortunate rounds 2 and 3 due to some issues that my build had that I would like to discuss. And these are some of the things I changed in it, and I feel really confident changing it, even though it's a little weird. I'll explain it a little bit. But, so for my run, I ended up playing round 1. I played against Invoked. It was a clean 2-0. Just kind of outpaced them. Mekuba pass is kind of dog water. Mekuba set 1 pass is kind of dog water, especially when I main deck so many outs. And then Gozen was clutch versus them. I flipped Gozen on, their link, their Amirage link, bro. Dead ass. He passed. And I played set 2, match 2, playing against PK. I bricked really hard game 1. It's a recurring theme you'll hear in a second. And game 2, I played really bad. I misplayed so bad. I had shifter, extra pot. I should have just pot and petting because I had a way to play through negates with Magdalene in hand anyway. And I ended up being a damn goober and dropping shifter on extra. And so I didn't have a way to play. And if you know the unnibbable route from Madolche, you can just shuffle your graveyard with the extra in order to have a full empty grave. So in end phase, you just drop shifter. So that was my misplay, and I threw game 2 because of that, because I went in on teacher, promenade, imperm, shifter, pass. And there's no way to play into that. With follow-up next turn. So, and then against Invoked Dogmatica, I break 3 games straight. Didn't see a starter for 10 to 13 cards deep every game. I literally beat him game 1 with Hoot Cake, Messenger Lotto beatdown. Swear to God. I had Chateau, Messenger Lotto, Hoot Cake set. I swear to God, beat the dude down. It was bad, dog. And, but yeah, in games 2 and 3, I didn't have a starter. Kept bricking, didn't see anything playable. So I ended up losing that set. Funnily enough, that guy didn't even top. He was so rude. I did not enjoy playing that dude. And then I ended up playing against Addict. I almost dropped, actually, because I didn't think I was going to get top 16. So I almost dropped. And I only committed to plays. I was like, I want to get the match experience. I played Addict 2-0 pretty clean. Madolche's fat. He access coded me, and I just outed it. If I stopped him from going into his link 6. If he goes in that link 6, we literally lose. I literally lose. So I stopped that at all costs, and then I just OTK'd in both games. Then I played against Salad. And I
poor deck.
Bodied him game 1, just dogged on him. Game 2, I won the dice roll, dogged on that man. No, he went first. I just dogged on him. I just tiramisu with his board. And then game 2, I opened up, shit you guys not, I shit you not. I opened up Salon, Magdalene, Petting Cestor, Red Reboot, and then Called by the Grave. That was my opening hand. And for turn, I drew fucking Harpies. So I dead ass on main phase, dropped Harpies. When he flipped the Roar, I was like, he doesn't know. Dropped the Red Reboot, bro. He was mauling. So I'm comboing, right? All he has is Wolf on board. He ashes me. I flip the Called by. It was a wrap.
That's fucked up.
It was a fucking wrap, dude. I've never robbed a man so hard. Dude, and he didn't even open up a set. He opened up Flame Buffalo with no Cybers in hand. So he couldn't even get the draw 2.
It'd be like
and he hard opened the Roar. So he sent Rage. And then for game 4, I played against Mermel. I won the dice roll, thank God, dude. I would have probably lost. Because game 1, I just set up a pretty good board. He couldn't play through it. And OTK'd him. There's nothing he can really do. He just kind of summoned. He kind of swung for 3k that turn, ended off on 2 links. OTK'd him. It's easy dub. And then he tried to actually shark me by asking for cards in hand on game 3. Sorry, how many summons? But I was like, I'm already past 5. I'm just gonna play. If he got it, he got it. And game 2, he hand ripped me for 4. And unironically, my hand was so fat I could have played through Apple for 4 and a set negate. But he hand ripped me for 4. And I actually could have still played through a negate with my hand, but I couldn't play through an Apple with that hand.
Just open the Kaju.
Fat. And game 3, same thing. I ended on Promenade, double Chalice, Teacher Path. No, game one I ended on Abyss Dweller. And so that's how, yeah, he swung over to you. Yeah, that's what happened. I didn't go into Teacher game one. I went into Abyss Dweller, and then Promenade Pass. So I opened Promenade. And then he, like, kind of broke my board, but he couldn't do too much. Then game three, yeah. I double chalice his Hauki dude. He was kind of mauling a little bit. But hey, we take those. It's hard to play through 3 negate shuffle too, dude. But I'll tell you. And then so that's how it ended up going. Felt really good. But this is the main thing that changed the deck. I will actually link into the YouTube video. In the description, I have a deck profile that my local made after I went undefeated. Because I ended up going to a local after, and I ended up, let's be honest, bricked 4 games straight. Both my first round 1 and 2, didn't see a playable hand. Got OTK'd every damn game. L. And so that happened. So after that, I was kind of mauling. You can ask Ben, and I was like, I gotta fix my deck, bro. I gotta fix my deck. So I ended up, because I play extra, so I ended up putting Instant Fusion in and playing 2 Summoner. Because I kept losing not to Nib, because if you're good and you know how Madolche's play, you do not side Nib versus his deck. If you side Nib versus his deck, you lose. That's on Granny. That's on God.
Granny?
That's on Granny. That's on Gram. So
you're saying if I nib you, I can't kill you?
If your only hand trap is Nib, Keck W, okay. But Instant Fusion, I keep losing to things like Effect Veiler, Ash, and Ghost Spell, especially in this format with my local specifically having a lot of Striker and a lot of control decks that play a lot of hand traps. Just a lot of shenanigans I don't like dealing with. So Instant Fusion, I would rather take the gamble on them maining Nib, because the only deck this format that main decks Nib is Prank Kids. And I'd rather just be able to play through 6 potential, like, 9 potential hand traps that they could open in their deck if they main all of them. Then watch out for the Nib that I can play through anyway, you know? And so yeah, every time I had Summoner Monk, I actually didn't regret it. I felt really good with Summoner Monk. Like, I was happy to have it. I would not cut Summoner Monk unless I had Prosperity. If I owned Prosperity, I would cut Summoner Monk. But we can't dig very deep, and whatever we got the opening hand, we have the opening hand. So it really limits us. But yeah, so I actually brought along Ben, Kreplach, you know him well, the Virtual World Brick God.
We ain't on that deck anymore. We don't talk about that.
Again, a deck dog.
Machine Best Deck.
Let's go.
Machine ABC Best Deck.
But I brought him on because I wanted him to talk about his opinion on Madolche, because he's played me a lot. He's play tested me the most. If there's anyone who understands Madolche besides
probably about at least 40 hours of play testing.
Actually, unironically, like if you told anyone at that local, if I was to pick one person to play against Madolche at that local, it would be fucking Ben. I swear to God, I would not pick anyone else, bro. Go on about your opinion about Madolche. What do you think of the format? You can disagree with me. We can have a discussion. And your opinion on playing in the deck, like.
It's definitely not tier 2. I think it's rogue, like mid rogue.
Mid rogue. What rogue decks do you think are better than it?
Earth Machine.
Earth Machine is not better than Madolche, dog.
I think so. It's more explosive. You can just play through disrupts better, honestly. Like in this meta, in my opinion, like I can play through Tri-Brigade's boards like very easily. Appaloosa don't bother me.
I know. I have put Apple on board. It does not bother him, boys.
It's very like I think Earth Machine is very anti-meta. When I think Madolche is more of a deck that can keep up with meta, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Madolche is anti-meta, and the fact that they can keep the pace. I feel like Earth Machine is either hit or miss in the meta, because Earth Machine either hard loses to like 6 negate boards, or they like but in formats like this where it's like 2 negates, 1 disrupt pass, you know what I mean? Like you can play through that pretty easily. I personally disagree. I think Madolche, I think they grind as well, if not better than Earth Machine, honestly. And the reason why I say that is I can recycle my resources. And
yeah, well,
my deck explodes, and OTK is way better. Your deck is just better playing through disrupts, right? But my deck is way better at killing, and I think my board is, depending on the matchup, is slightly better. Like, for example, Madolche shits on Striker. Your deck hard loses to Striker, which is a current common meta deck. Like, your deck plays a lot better versus Tri-Brigade, which Madolche struggles with, you know?
Only problem I have with Striker is really just Widow Anchor. Just being able to steal my monster.
Yeah, and it's rough.
That's why I'm like tempted to go back to fucking DD Crow just to get spells out of their grave.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Um,
But
but if we go by toppings and stuff, Madolche is the better deck.
yeah, I do think that is at the end of the day what it matters of, because like we can
Yeah.
like shoot the shit about Rogue, because Rogue is obviously just gonna counter meta. But like if we're talking about specifically results, Madolche, and I think that's like one of my strongest reasons behind it. With like, every YCS European, they always have a top 4, top 8 performance. That doesn't mean Earth Machine can't do it, but just Madolche has just the deck can be so creative and they can be so niche, and the fact we have Shifter, honestly.
My problem with Earth Machine right now is I need to learn the routes better to kill my opponent, else I'm breaking their board.
Yeah.
Because I can wipe your board really easily, but when it comes to, like, killing you, I don't know the full routes to it yet.
Yeah, and that kind of that's kind of along with Madolche and its strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes it can't navigate boards, but if you know how to and you have the ability to, like, you just win. But what do you think about cards like Promenade?
I mean, it's good.
I think it's a top 3 trap in the format. Like what?
Yeah,
like
I think it's super solid.
in archetype, because like Strike's better than Promenade and Revolt.
Yeah,
I think Strike's better than Revolt and.
The fact that it says target a card on the field
face up
is why it's so good.
Yeah, it's
if it also imagine if the card said just if a monster spell trap is activated, just imagine.
Or imagine if it was like a counter trap. We have a lot of counter traps in the deck. Counter trap negates. But yeah, I think the fact that Promenade like lets you add it and recycle is busted. But
yeah,
I don't know. What do you feel about the graveyard restriction of the deck and the fact they can't play many hand traps?
You don't need to. I don't think it really needs to play a lot of hand traps.
Yeah.
In this meta, at least, decks can just play through so many disrupts, especially at our locals. Like, we have Fan Tonight players, and I nibbed and ashed him, and he just still done full combo. Like, it's bad. With Fan Nights, like, in the meta, I don't know. It's just hand traps.
Yeah, they get you.
I'd rather play going second cards than...
That's fair. And Madolche can do both, actually. And it's really creative. Yeah. Like, you can play a lot of board-breaking cards, Madolche, Dark World, Lightning Storm, Kaiju, and they all support your win condition because they don't clog your grave.
Shifter's so strong, though. And
so strong. It wins games, unironically.
Yeah, it does.
But, like, so you've played Virtual World, you played ABC, and you've played Earth Machines.
Mm-hmm.
What is your view on the boards that Madolche has? And then what is your opinion on the grind? And what do you think of the OTK? Because I've explained my opinion, but you're someone who's played against it a lot, so you're going to have a different viewpoint than I do.
What's the first one you asked again?
The boards we put up.
The boards. It reminds me of Salad, kind of. Because, like, you average put up 2 to 3 disrupt boards, right?
Yeah.
But on Crackback, it's just you die.
On the Crackback, baby.
You just kill.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
With decks I play personally, Glass Souffle is just scary.
Yeah, it's a non-target shuffle too, and it makes one of your monsters a monster immune. So you have to beat over a 3k defender. That adds cards back to my hand if I so choose.
Like, it's more of shuffling my shit back that, like, scares me.
Yeah, and you don't know what I'm going to pick, too, so you have to respond then. And since a lot of cards in the graveyard aren't quick effect. So you're kind of SOL. If I say, on resolution of sin, Glass Souffle.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I found Chalice so good in Earth Machines lately.
Yeah. Now, with the current art type, do you think Madolche is going to do any better? I'm not too familiar.
Like after Banlist?
Yeah. I think Madolche will be fat after Banlist. I think Tribrigade is going to get a big hit. I could see consistency hits to Virtual World and or Prank Kids, as they are the top 3 decks of the format besides Drytron, which I think Ava's going to go to 1. I think with the current meta decks with Madolche, either losing to them or it's dice roll dependent, I feel like the deck's only getting better. I could honestly, unironically, see Madolche being bottom of tier 2, depending on how this Banlist hits. If this Banlist is aggressive, Madolche will probably be bottom of tier 2.
It just like it depends, right? Because we've had ban lists of like
dog
they
water.
fucking they take They took fucking, what is it, Canahawk off the ban list, said fuck you,
Yeah,
and done
LL.
nothing, right?
Yeah.
But, and then also we have ban list of fucking Calamity's gone, fucking Dragon Link dead, which is not even dead. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like hindsight, like whenever you look at it, it's dead. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
just
made.
banned, you know.
Yeah. And
So,
now. Mhm.
I was just gonna say, it's also hard to say because I really think we're gonna have a huge meta shift after this ban
I
list.
agree. I think, but no matter what, Madolche will probably stay rogue. Given the decks that are
Yeah,
currently here and the current decks that are going to be coming, I feel like Madolche will still have a relevant play. Alright, so on to combo routes. I'm going to be showing you how to end on Apo Promenade if you so desire with Madolche. You're going to Magazine Effect. You're going to search for Petting. Now you're going to use your other normal on Angeli. You're going to Tribute Angeli. This will allow you to get Hoot Cake on board. You'll then use Hoot Cake in order to banish Angeli. Special summoning the Lotto. Now on Lotto, you're going to add Ticket. And there are a few different ways to go into this combo. However, I feel like this one is fine. Then you're going to reveal. Sorry guys, if you Ticket, then you're going to reveal Special. You're going to overlay 2 into Teacher. You're going to detach. You're going to shuffle. You're going to Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. You're going to set Promenade. Then you're going to add Chateau. Now, 2 cards in hand, 3 cards in hand. Oh, sorry, you get a special summon. I didn't even special summon the Messenger Lotto. There you go. Sorry. You special the Messenger Lotto, then you get the Chateau search. I completely fast forwarded there. Then you're going to, if you want, you can activate Chateau here. Or if you want them all back into the deck, you can link off and then do it. I personally like the Chateau here. So that way I have plenty of fodder in the grave. So there you have a 4-mana Apo. 2 cards in hand. And Promenade. So there's that. So now I'm going to show you what you can do if you have Summoner Monk. Because Summoner Monk, a little snazzy, lets you get into a little bit more nice plays.
Alright,
so here we have another combo. This hand does, it's pretty how do I say, pretty like specific combo. I actually did have it come up, this exact hand come up at locals. So it is a live combo, especially when you're playing things like Extravagance and or Prosperity. Like you'll see this hand more than you would think. So, and this could be any spell. It doesn't have to be Chalice. I play 13 spells in the main, so the chance of you seeing a spell is really high. Oh, sorry, it was Ticket instead of Chalice. I had to discard Ticket, so that's why I couldn't go full combo. But you Salon, use your normal. Good. Discard special from deck. In this case, you expect summon Angeli. You're then going to normal.
Link 2 for Needle Fiber?
Yes, sir. Allowing you to go into Petting. And now, from here, you tribute that off, go to Hoot Cake. Use Hoot Cake effect, you're going to banish. Special summon Messenger Lotto. Sorry, we know we have this in hand. Now, off of Messenger Lotto, what you're going to want to summon is... We're going to want to add, you're going to want to add Ticket. And you're going to activate Ticket. You're going to overlay 2 into Teacher. You're going to detach, shuffle, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Salon, Promenade. Ticket, you're going to special summon. It doesn't matter really what you special summon. I like to special summon another Messenger Lotto just so I can get that Chateau to hand so that I have a follow-up for next turn off Ticket and Chateau whenever I use Teacher, if I so desire. or if any of my cards get blown out. Then you're going to reveal the special petting. We haven't done that yet. Start graveyard's clear. Then you link 4.
What if we got nibbed right there?
I mean, I still have teacher. Apo. So you have Apo for 4. Teacher. And you have a random card in hand. And then you just kind of play. So you have a 5 negate board with that. And this could be a negate in hand. This could be anything. And so that's a pretty sick combo. It's like really flashy, but like a lot of decks are going to struggle to play through this. Like, no offense, but even Earth Machine would struggle to play through this. They might break it, but they still struggle. Like, 3 negate.
I could be killing you through that.
No, you're not. What's our second?
One Twister of the sets.
I changed.
Chalice the Appaloosa.
Oh yes, let's top deck the 2. Oh yeah, let's just have the goat hand. Alright. And yeah, I still have teacher anyway. Pog. You're probably still not killing me. But yeah,
Listen,
so
the only reason your deck's cracked is because you have follow-ups. Crazy follow-ups.
The only reason why your deck's cracked is because you have crazy follow-ups. Alright. So then I'm going to show you a unnibbable route. We're going to actually go into some more like competitive combo stuff you'll actually go into. Like, not saying that you wouldn't go into it.
Petting teacher?
Yeah. Not saying you wouldn't go into this combo, but if it's something you feel confident going into, or you feel like you really need to go for the full board, like, go for it. So.
You cutting this out?
Yeah.
Cuddy, you want a cracker?
Sure.
Needle dick, needle dick. Ever heard that?
This hand's fucking fat. What the fuck, Ben? The fuck?
That's trash. You trade the secret called by?
No.
Give you a ulti for it.
Alright, so this is going to be one of the normal combo you're going to see. I actually didn't know about this combo until I joined the Madolche Discord, so I think I've already explained it in one of my previous videos, but I always try to show it off when I can so people who are new to the deck and or just trying to learn or just want to see combos know to go into it. So 1 card combo. So you normal summon Madolche. You're going to search for your playmaker. Baby petting. You're going to reveal petting. Special. Effect. Go into Angeli. Now, you're on your 3rd summon. Usually, if you start off with petting and or Angeli, Glass Souffle will be the 5th summon. But here, we're going to make Teacher or Glass Souffle the 3rd summon. That way we have follow-up plays to protect ourselves. So, Hookake. So, this would be the 1, 2, 3. This would be the 5th summon. And if they nib here, we just chain Glass Souffle protecting it. And we just end on Teacher and whatever we have left in our hand. So, that's like whatever. This is the more unfortunate one because usually like you end on Messengelato as your 4th summon. But here, can't do that. So we're going to banish. Special Messengelato, effective Messengelato. We're going to add Salon since we haven't used the effective teacher yet. You can add Salon. If you were playing under Shifter, for example, you would actually go into Promenade directly. Now, you can link 2. Just start. I will shuffle those. I don't want to shuffle in the deck. Actually, yeah, you want to shuffle these in the deck due to this board just because you want to have follow-up for these 2 cards. Because since you know you're going to be setting Promenade right here because it's got shuffled, you want to have good starters, and you want Messengelato in the deck anyway, so it's too good to just get it out of the way. Now you're going to just, like, say I have, like, Promenade, right, you set those, and you pass. But on end phase, you say end phase response, so now you're at a nib area. You're going to detach, protect itself, and pass. So now you have material for Sistar protect itself. You still have a teacher on their turn. You have Promenade, called by, and then you have follow-up. So I think that's pretty sick. If you were, like, since you know you have Promenade in hand, you would just add Ticket instead. But I'm just showing you the 1 card combo. And that plays through nibs, and that works for any of the starters. You could even play under nib if you start up with Hoot Cake and, like, Shifter, or, like, hook kick and a hand trap or something clunky, you know? Just whatever it takes, bro. You gotta get the combo somehow. But yeah, this is a really long-winded video. I apologize for that. It's kind of discussing. It's more of like a laid-back, casual, like podcast type deal. However, I wanted to like talk about the deck. It was a little kind of off the wall and jargony, but thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and I appreciate it. And just know Madolche is the best deck. Earth Machines are dog water. Tribute D's.
The fuck?
And have a fantastic night.
The hell?